I call Adrian Ruafi, a 5-minute call on behalf of the Labour Party.
Tēnā koe te māngai o te ware, o te rā, tēnā tātou katoa. I'm pleased to take a call on the Civil Defence Emergency Management Amendment Bill, and as my colleagues have already stated, that we will support this bill to Select Committee. And I look forward to the submissions on the Select Committee, and I'll be encouraging my constituents in Whanganui and Whangaihu who have, in Whangaihu, at the village there, they've been flooded 4 times in the last 11 years. Wow. And so when we talk about recovery, we're talking actually long term, and this bill addresses part of that issue, but it doesn't look at the long-term effect of flooding in an area on an ongoing basis. And you know, the Whangaihu village is a very small village. There's only about 12 houses there, and about 10 of them get flooded every time the Whangaihu River floods. And as I said, 4 times in the last 11 years. So the issue around recovery is real for those people, and transitioning from response to recovery should be done as soon as practicable, and this bill addresses that. But there are some things that it doesn't address that my colleagues have already raised, which I want to highlight as well, and that is the, in particular, risk reduction. Is when you look at a place like Whangaihu and Wanganui, risk reduction has a direct impact on the response and the recovery. And so I think that my constituents will be very interested in this piece of legislation, and so that's why we're supporting it to go to Select Committee. But, you know, I also recognise, you know, this is quite anecdotal. The feedback, well, one of my constituents who lives only a couple of 100 metres away from me, and her house flooded 4 times. She is in her 90s, and she is determined to stay on her papa whenua, on her land. And so we have to do something long term for some of these people. So recovery for some people in this instance, in instances that don't happen very often for a particular area, is one thing, but I think we also need to look at where incidents like this, events like this happen to residents over and over again, and something more permanent needs to be done, whether it's relocation or if it's raising their home so that they don't flood. These are things that could be easily remedied, I think, if, as a conversation that I had with the Mayor of Rangitike, who really wants to address that issue with the residents in the Rangitike that are continually being flooded. So, but in the Act itself, of course, and you know, we do support the inclusion of the transition periods. I think the implementation, though, needs to be carefully thought out. So, and there have been some valid issues that have been raised in this debate already, and I think that that's something that the Select Committee needs to grapple with to make sure that this legislation can be the best that it can be. So, Mr. Speaker, thank you. That's all I have to contribute to this debate. Kia ora. Kia ora.